We're live. Are we live? Yeah, we're live. Yes, we're live. We're here. Woohoo! Oh, welcome everybody. Thanks for being so patient. Let's kick the show off finally. Welcome to Fishy Hour. It's Monday, and it's Fish Report Monday. So welcome. Sorry I'm late. It's not the Lucas Ulster fluid. It's just too many things to change and too many things to deal with. You know how it goes. One-man band in the house. So happy to be on finally. Okay. Apply. Okay. Done. Do some last-minute checks. It looks good. All right. Looks good. Let's get right into the show. Do some shout-outs real quick. Cal in the house. What up, Cal? What's up, Dan? Captain Dan in the house. Salty Dan. Ooh, also Salty Dan is here. Shoo! Tyler, what up? Leonard, Dario, Zach, Roy, Doug. Wait, Dan's in here. That's Captain Dan and Dan. Oh, tablet and phone. I got it. I gotcha. What's up, Tony? Welcome. I see NKR Fishing Outdoors. What's up, man? Welcome back. Tyler, I already got to Kevin. What up, Kevin? TC Lures in the house. Back to TC Lures. What up? Fish Perfect. Welcome back. Nightbot doing some shout outs. He's back in business. He's back on the job. Okay. Just a quick reminder. I added a new chat bot, a new Nightbot command. It is what is it? Toolbox. We'll go over those. During this show anyway, so you guys can get that. I thought it was Toolbox. What up, Jesse? Oh, it's not Toolbox, it's Tackle Box. That's what it is. Yeah. Tackle Box? Tackle Box, anybody? Nightbot is drunk tonight, boys. Nah, I forgot my own shortcut that I made. But yeah, it's Tackle Box. Tackle Box. If you guys watch some of my older videos, I have a link in my videos that says you can check out the stuff I fish with. And it's a link. It's romancastro.com/toolbox or tackle box. I'm sorry, tackle box. And it's basically that same link. It takes you to an Amazon affiliate page where I share exactly the stuff I fish with, the stuff I video with, the stuff I put on my kayak. As a matter of fact, I'll bring it up and show you on the screen in a little bit. But first, let's do the traditional soda opening or the drink opening. Hope you guys got a nice, refreshing beverage. This one has been sitting there. It's got some nice frost on it. Look. See that? It means it's cold. It means it's condensation. It means it's ready. I can feel the cold coming off of it. Here we go. On a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the best pop top you heard in your life. 1 being the worst. Rate this pop top. I don't know, guys. That was pretty good. I'm gonna toot my own horn. That was pretty phenomenal for me. I mean, I'm not an expert. Nice. Thanks. a 10, a 9.8 from Cal, a 9 from Dario, a solid 8 from Captain Dan. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Happy Monday. Let's do some talking because this is a talk show after all, right? Fishy Hour. I haven't got the confirm from Coach yet if he's gonna call in or not. But I have got the confirm from Scotty. He's going to call in later and give us a fishing report. And something interesting happened to him the other day, which I kind of want to talk about because it's there's some learning lessons there that we should all hear, especially when you're dealing with big fish. When you're dealing with big fish, it's a lot of power. You know, those things are designed to go fast. Are designed to not designed. They evolve to go faster. They're just strong animals, right? Strong fish. So it's not like you can muscle in a tuna how you can muscle in a spotty, right? So definitely have to respect those fish. I'm not saying they didn't. We'll hear the story from him later. Hopefully he wants to tell it. but I hope it didn't. I hope it didn't set up a story. He doesn't want to talk about it, but I'm sure he will. He's pretty open about stuff like that. But anyway, we'll be hearing from Captain Scotty in a little bit. Let's keep going with the show. And I have some things I want to talk about. They're not like super fishy topics. The first thing I'm going to talk about is not a super fishy topic, but I think it's something we need to cover anyway. So let's do that. That makes sense. That's probably why my thing wasn't loading up. I see GeForce driver is ready to install. So my computer is probably downloading a driver in the background. That's why it's freaking out. Okay. So that's good. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the stream. All right. Trying to gaff a fish and he fell in. Yeah, we'll get the whole story from Scotty, how that happened, how it came about, and yeah, what his thoughts are. Cool. Oh yeah, the after fizz. That's right. All right, guys. So there's some stuff that I want to talk about that's kind of like not fishy, but I feel like I want to get it done so we can just have it get it off the plate and be done with it. So you guys know how I feel about that stuff. And I'm not doing this to get you to leave or to make you feel a weird way if you feel differently than I do. But I'm just trying to explain why I'm doing this. Okay. So I have a lot of presence on Facebook, and I have my personal Facebook account. I don't really use it. I don't really post to it. I have it just because like other family members, that way I can see what they're up to because that's the only platform they're on. I know a lot of you guys don't even use Facebook, and the only reason you started to use Facebook again is to come back into like the MMFC group, or for some of you guys that are spearfishermen, you guys are into like the free diving stuff that I'm doing. Yeah, Cal's like, presents? I already gave out all the presents. Just a reminder, everything's been shipped, and everything's been shipped from Friday. Everything's been shipped and everything's been sent over. So gift card was sent to Salty. Roy got his coupon code. Jesse got Jesse, and I forget the persons who won like the cool bait stuff. They also, that stuff went out today. I dropped it in the post office today. And then what else? I got the address to Captain Dan for the Lucas Oil stuff for Leonard. So I'm done with that homework. Whew, that was a long one. Anyway, so let's get back to what I was talking about. I don't want to draw more people into Facebook because I think the platform is messed up. I think the platform is broken. It's there's so much misinformation, and it's not a healthy place. I don't think it's a healthy place to be. So with that that's as far as I'm going to go into it. I just don't think it's doing a service. It's doing a good service to humanity at this point, because like the division that can be stoked in that platform is so intense that there's no room for common ground. It's more about as from the platform's perspective, it's more about the interactions and getting people to come back to a post and watch somebody argue. And yeah, it's true, it's getting more views and more interactions on that post, but it's not in a wholesome way. Because I guess it's not a wholesome way to get traffic or to get attention, and I think it's affecting the psyche of a lot of people, and to the point where we can't even have like civil discussions anymore, because everybody's kind of locked in on their perspective and reinforced with some of the stuff that might not be 100% true, right? So with that said, I just don't want to promote anything else on Facebook. So I'm moving all of my stuff off of Facebook. Actually, I'm leaving the stuff that I have on Facebook now. It's going to remain there as a feeder to other stuff. So for the MMFC things, we're going to go exclusively to Discord. So a lot of you guys are already on Discord, so nothing's gonna change for you guys. Just know that on the Discord, on the MMFC Facebook page, it's basically gonna be a sign pointing people to the Discord. Okay, so we'll be in Discord 100% of the time. I'm not gonna be promoting Facebook in any way. Okay, same thing with the freediving stuff I do, the spearfishing stuff I do. I have a presence on the platform again, right? But I'm not gonna try to grow it. If anybody shows up to Facebook looking for me for Spiro Nation or the new San Diego Spiros stuff that we're putting out, that's gonna have its San Diego Spiros has gonna have its. We have our own Discord server for that. Okay. And I'll give you guys a little update on that too, because that's kind of fun what we've been doing with San Diego Spearos. Okay, cool. So that's basically the announcement. I know it's not fishing related, but I just kind of wanted to let you guys know that as far as platforms go, I'm not down with Facebook anymore. It's just very toxic in there. Okay. So yeah, that's it. So let's move on to some fishing, some fishing talk, and some fishing reports. Let's see. I fished on Tuesday. Is that good, guys? Is that good? Anybody have any questions? Are we good with that? Yeah, Facebook sucks anyway. Cool. Okay, good. Yeah, I know, and I know for a fact that I pulled some of you guys back into Facebook, so I apologize. I'm sorry. I thought we could make it work, but it's just once you're on there, you get distracted by once you're on the actual app or on the actual page. You'll get pulled into a different direction, and next thing you know, you're wasting like 20 minutes or an hour reading on a thread that's like kind of not good for anybody. So Dario, Discord is not so bad at all. Some of the we'll do a Discord primer maybe next week, or maybe I'll jump on here and do another stream next week just to do a Discord primer. Just so you guys, for those of you guys that are not familiar with Discord, we'll go over that. We'll go over how, or maybe I'll even make a video about it. How the Mad Max community communicates with each other, right? Yeah, there you go. Cal's got the lingo. Cal's even got the shortcuts down. All right, but yeah, that's gonna be the main way we talk to each other is with Discord, and I totally blanked on putting the link. Thanks for putting it on there, Cal. Cool. All right, so guys, I know we shouldn't be adjusting things in the middle of the show, but my color balance is throwing me off. I look a little blue. I'll make myself a little bit more orangey. Oh yeah, that did it. All right, that feels better. I feel better. Okay. Andrew Blake says, I just got back from Utah catching my first wild cutthroat trout. Cutthroat trout. Was an amazing experience. Ended up with 6 wild trout on a fly. Whoa, that's cool. Yeah, fly fishing is a whole nother challenge. Thanks, Cal. What is up, sir? Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so let's keep talking about fishing reports. Let's see. So on Tuesday, I was able to get on the water on the kayak. It was amazing. I know the days are getting shorter already. It was like dark. It's already pitch black. Yeah, it's already pitch black, and it's 7:20. It was getting dark at 8:30 or before, but now it's like definitely summer's over. So the streams will be night streams for the most part. I might even move Tuesday stream to 6 or 5:30, just so we can start in the daytime, get some good daytime footage, and then we'll just go into the night. So if you guys are down with that, let me know. If you guys are okay with me moving the Tuesday live streams from the kayak to about 6 or 5:30. If you guys are okay with that, see, I'm okay with that in the chat. Otherwise, say, no, keep it at 7. No. Cal's unsupervised. Uh-oh. What up, Jesse? Cool. Everybody's okay with that? Okay, good. Okay. It was a exciting outing. Went out with Leonard. Thanks for the wingman, Leonard, my wingman. So we hit up San Diego Bay. And it was pretty good, actually. It wasn't that bad at all. We stayed in our little zone, right around the fuel station or the fuel dock, and I caught a good amount. I caught like 10 spotties and a little shark, which is pretty fun. It was a smoothhound shark, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, and I didn't fish this weekend. It was my mother-in-law's birthday on Saturday, so we hung out at the family at home and just had like food and hung out, family time. It was pretty cool. And then on Sunday, I just have to stay off Twitch. Yeah, Kel, we'll be live streaming after this Twitch. After this show, I'll be streaming something on Twitch just to get you. I'm just kidding, Cal. So here's that's been my fishing report so far. I didn't get as much fishing in as I would have liked to this weekend. But Sundays I reserve those for diving. Okay, so let's do a quick little dive report and a kind of like a status update on what we've been doing with some of the guys that you know from the MMFC. So a while back, I was like, hey, I really want to learn. I really want to go spearfishing more often, but I don't have friends that are willing to dive and free dive in a certain way that's safer for everybody, right? So it's called it's like a buddy system, one up, one down. When the guy diving comes up, the buddy's on the surface waiting for him to come up, and they're not in their face, but they're arm's length away to grab them if they pass out at the surface, right? So it's a safer way to dive. It's more anyway, it's a safer way to dive. It's a safer way to do it. It's not 100% safe because free diving is dangerous, but it's a safer way to do it. So instead of trying to convince somebody that's already a free diver and already an experienced spearfisherman to dive differently than how they've been diving, which is just meet at the beach, swim out together, and then kind of each diver goes their own way, and they get fish and they come back and meet up on the way out. If you need anything, yell for me. It's kind of like, seems very like, you're basically diving by yourself. You're just meeting somebody at the beach and you're diving by yourself. So I'm not down with that anymore. I have like a lot of things to live for. I feel like I have like kids. I feel like if I went away, it'd be like really disappointing. And I don't know how that would, I mean, I don't want, I would die. And, the last thought I think would be, man, how's this going to affect my poor kids? Like, that's like terrible. So I don't want to leave my kids. I want them to, anyway, I want them to have a dad when they're growing up. Okay. So just leave it at that. And so I was like, okay, well, what can I do to still free dive? Because I enjoy it so much. Well, I can see who else is interested in free diving, and I can teach them, or not teach them, but I can help them along their free diving, spearfishing journey by showing them the basics, right? And then getting them to the level where they're ready to pass like a level 1 free diving class, which is where they cover like all the safety protocols, and they teach you how to dive down to like 60 feet and how to hold your breath longer and all this cool stuff, right? But if you just start free diving and you go take the class, you probably won't do so well because you need a little bit of experience and time in the water to be able to like do the right thing. It's like if you asked me to teach you how to fish, and I gave you like a bait caster, and I told you how to cast, and I let you figure it out, and then you're sitting there rat nesting all the time, or like birds nesting, right? Whereas if I took and show you all the basics, this is a lure, this is your basic knot, blah blah blah, all the basics, then it makes it easier for you to transition into an actual class. So we've been doing it on Sundays, and we've been doing it for like about a month now, maybe a month and 2 weeks, Tony, right? About that. So the guys that you know from the group is Tony, Bo, and Oscar, and Selena, who's Tony's wife. So there's 4 people, and we started on the surface, just kind of like snorkeling and getting familiar with being on the water, how to put on your suit, your weight belt, your mask, all that stuff, all the basics, all those super duper basics, like just even what kind of suits to get, like what gear you need, everything. And then we're the next biggest hurdle besides being comfortable in the water is clearing like the pressure in your ears once you start to go down. So I started by tying a line to a rock in Mission Bay at about 8 feet. And on one of those sessions, Brian actually came out, and he was on his boat fishing from the boat. And while Bo was working on his clearing. And then so that's what I was doing. I basically had them like pull themselves down the line, hold their breath, pull themselves down the line, and work on equalizing their ears. And they kind of like, they're working on it, trying to figure out how it feels and all that stuff. And they eventually kind of start figuring it out. Then I take them a little bit deeper. This is over like I said, like 6 weeks. Then I take them over to like a deeper area. I tie on to one of the moorings for the boats, one of the open boat moorings. And I start working with them to like, I start going down the line, pull themselves down the line. And like the deepest part of that little area was like 20 feet. So it took us about 2 or 3 weeks to get out to the deeper area before, like once everybody's comfortable enough, just like clearing like 1 or 2 clears at like 8 or 10 feet. Then after that, I moved them over to the deeper area, 20 feet. And then we had a couple of times where one or two of them were able to get down to 20 feet, but like it wasn't consistent, right? And then they hadn't had like their big breakthrough, which is like when you actually clear and you feel like the equalization is 100%, and it feels fantastic because you're down there, the pressure in your ears is gone, and you feel like you can hold your breath forever. So we kept at it, and then like this last Sunday, it was one of the biggest breakthroughs I think we had. Oscar missed yesterday, so Shame. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Oscar. You're good. You're good. We'll catch up. So Oscar, Selena, and Bo were able to get down to 20 feet, like reliably, comfortably. We're able to clear multiple times. So like I think they each got down there at least 3 times towards the end of the session, like back to back. It wasn't like, okay, I got down there and then I came back up, and then the next time I couldn't clear, or like my mask got messed up or whatever. I was like back to back, 3 dives each. So I'm super proud of them. Super proud of them for sticking to it and doing that. So yeah, I guess the reason I'm telling you this story is I'm excited. Like we'll be doing La Jolla on Sunday, and that's going to be for these guys to try to go deeper than 20 feet. So it's we're making progress, and it's a fun time. So if you're out there fishing La Jolla on Sunday, you'll probably see us out there with the buoy trying to get down to like 30 feet, 40 feet, whatever they feel comfortable with. So that is its own group. I started that group. It's called San Diego Spiros. If you're interested in that, I have a Discord for that. And we won't be doing another cycle of bringing in beginners until these guys are done with their certification class. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to push them towards getting their certification class in like 3 or 4 weeks. So heads up, Tony, like 3 or 4 weeks, because they're almost at that level. And I don't want them to go in the winter because it's going to be too cold. Okay. But anyway, the whole point of me telling you this story is that now I'll have more diving partners that are like willing to dive one up, one down, and with the proper safety protocols that I feel 100% comfortable with because I've taught them from scratch. Okay. Once these guys are good to go and we have a reliable core group of people that are certified, that have been through the process, then I can take on another 4 or maybe possibly 8, because we'll have more people in the core group that are already kind of certified and are willing and able to help others along the path that I took them on. Right. There you go. Counts as my son free dives and spearfishes. He's up in LA though. Cool. Yeah, it's an awesome sport. It's an awesome sport. All right, enough about free diving. Let's get back into regular fishing. Let's see. Who fished on Saturday? And I saw some Instagram posts. Give me your fishing reports, even if you. Whoa, excuse me. If you want to call in, I'm gonna put the phone number up. Make sure the phone is synced up. You sync up my phone. I'll put the phone number up, and you guys can call in. Choop. There it is. And I'm gonna sync up this phone. Where is it? Here. You can call in, or you can put it in the chat. Where did you fish? How many fish you caught? And what happened? And you feel free to call in if you want to call in instead. Bluetooth. Roadcaster. Okay, I'm ready. And then we're going to call Captain Scotty in about 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes, as soon as, depending on how many reports we get. Okay. Okay, I just gave Scotty a 5-minute warning. Okay. Okay, here we go. I see Hyder. See, I need to get my tanks hydroed. Oh yeah, hydroed when I get scuba again. Cool. I don't know, scuba dove, dude. That's cool. Yeah, scuba diving is another beast. It's another beast. Yeah, and there's gonna be lobster season coming up next week, right? Is that next week already? If somebody knows off the top of their head, when is lobster season actually open? Like, when can you actually get in the water or drop your first hoop net or bring it up or drop your first hoop net with bait? When does that officially start? Because I want to be there opening night, and I think Bo, Tony, and I are gonna try lobster diving, and then if that doesn't work out, we'll come back later that night. We'll come back later that day at night for the for the hoop nets. As long as you only take 7 per day, you should be good to go. You could do 3 or 4 free diving and then fill up your quota for the day with a hoop net or something. Yeah, I can scuba again. Cool. Dario says, I fished Sunday. Ooh, SD Bay 7:30 to 12. Got 7 spotties. That's not bad at all. No legals. Largest was 12.5. A short. Cool. A lot of short bites. For some reason, I was missing them. Dario, were you fishing the Ned rig? Just a quick question, because I think I have the answer to why you were missing them. Let's Let's see what Dario says. I can't wait for Captain Scotty report. Cool. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Jesse says Huntington Harbor, cool. Anaheim Bay, slow day, caught 6 bodies. That's not bad. Still pretty good. 6 bodies. I'll take that. October 3rd. Okay, October 3rd, Friday at 12. Yeah, October 3rd is. Ooh, wow. Okay, so you can get in Friday. Well, Saturday morning, which is Friday night at midnight, right? I'm sorry, Saturday morning at midnight, right? So Friday at 12. October 3rd is actually on Saturday. So that means same day as the short pounders. Oh, Izzy says 6 a.m. Uh-oh. Here we go. We have a, oh, here we go. Leonard says 6 a.m. October 3rd. 6 a.m. October. So it's not midnight. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Dario, the shirt strikes was a thing this weekend. Let's see what Dario says. All underspins. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, then I can't help you with that one. You need to put the little trailer hook that Brian came out with. 6 a.m. October 3rd. Okay, 6 a.m. October 3rd. A few numbers. Can't wait to fish. What up, Eric? Welcome, Eric Lehman. Any club events coming up? A new member. Haven't met anyone yet. Can't wait to fish with the Mac. Yeah, dude, we're gonna fish on Saturday. Saturday. Hey guys, you want to do something on Saturday? You want to fish on Saturday? Let's do a quick poll in the chat. Where should we fish this coming Saturday? Bay, San Diego Bay, or Pantsed? San Diego Bay or Mission Bay. That's funny. I think a San Diego Bay session would be good with the big group. Okay. All right. Good reports. I love it. No, we fish San Diego Bay most of the time. Mission Bay, San Diego Bay. Okay, cool. So I see more San Diego Bays than anything. Oh, night mission. That sounds good. Dang. That's okay. Okay, so San Diego Bay it is. Now the next option is night mission, where we start about 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. and fish into the night. Whenever you guys want to go home, you can go home. Or an early session on early session on Saturday, where we start like at 6 a.m., fish till about noon before the wind picks up. Let's see. So put night or day. I see Dario night. Leonard night. Cal night. Muto says early. What do the tides say? Better day or night? Okay, cool. Hyder, good question. So we have 1 for day, 3 for night. Eric says both. That's hilarious. All right, night or day. If you're coming out, night or day. And I'll figure out a way to. I mean, we have the MMFC outings on Discord, so that's gonna get used more. We just can't do the sound off thing where you say you're going, but that's fine. We just type it in, going, and I'll just keep it. Oh, I know. So here's what we'll do. In the MMFC outings text category within Discord, I'm gonna post our outing, and then if you click like, that means you're going. Or yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do bit, that means you're going, and we'll do no skunk means you're not going. Okay, is that good? I'll remind you in the post. But that'll be a way for us to still like the post and then say if you're going or not going. So the skunk logo means you're not going, and the bit logo means you're going. Okay, the emote, whatever it's called. Let's see. It's gonna be it's gonna be a poop show. Is there a tournament going on Saturday? It's gonna be a show on the Bay October 3rd. Oh yeah, with all the hoop netters. You're right. There's even a boat Discord. That's right. Unlike the code. Sounds good. Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, that's good. All right, so I'm gonna see if Scotty's ready. Okay, he's gonna call in a second. We'll get him on the soundboard, and we'll see what he's up to, and see if he's willing to share the story of that fateful day. And my color is still a little bit off. I'm gonna mess with it a little bit.
Fresh one.
There it is. Hey, Scotty, can you hear me?
What's up, Roman? Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry.
Cool. There you are.
Woo-hoo. I've got an old iPhone 6, and it's sometimes people can't hear me very well on this microphone, and the battery dies in like an hour, but it's all good.
We only need you for about 20 minutes. I was kidding.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly.
That's hilarious. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
So, everybody's asking about this this adventure that you went on. And
the one that I went in the water?
Yeah. So,
yeah.
do you feel comfortable talking about that?
Is it just from today's post? Because today is the first day that I've had off in a while. But is it from the post, or did people hear otherwise?
It's from the post.
Gotcha. Yeah. What's well, how should we start? Should I just tell the story, or
do you want to save the story? Do you want to save the story for the end, and then we can do just a normal fishing report right now?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. All right, that works.
Right on. So yeah, so fishing report. See, well, I guess where should I start? You know, what do you guys want to hear about? You guys want to hear about the big bluefin news? You guys want to hear about Dorado news, yellowfin news?
You're everything you're suggesting. You're just adding more time to the show. So yes, we might need that hour.
Yep. All right. So, yeah, I mean, the big bluefin, they're definitely moving around. It's definitely been tough for a lot of folks to track it down. As of right now, like say, like if I was chasing that stuff tomorrow, which I'm not because of the wind, I don't know exactly where the volume of it is. Of course, at any given time, you can find this fish, that big bluefin. You can find it in any of like some of the normal spots, in between Catalina, San Clemente, backside San Clemente, Condom Banks, Cortez, Tanner. Generally during this time of year, you can find them in any one of those spots. I don't know exactly where the volume is,
right?
But the last time I fished big bluefin was Sunday, October 20th, and we got a 180-pounder. I haven't posted that one yet, but that one's gonna be coming up probably tonight. But yeah, so then let's see, that's it for the big bluefin. And then tactics for the big bluefin. Definitely, it's just pretty similar to any other tuna fishing. Trying to find them, either looking for signal of them on the surface or watching the sonar.
Nice.
If you see them coming up and breezing, puddling, foaming, definitely you want to get out that kite. Earlier in this year when we were chasing out for big bluefin, we would still take a big tank of live bait, and we would throw a sardine over, and we would, the big bluefin would come up and boil on our sardine, but they wouldn't take a bait on the line for the life of us. Like even me grabbing, even on 40-pound, I grabbed the 40, like, cause we had, 80-pound, 60-pound out with sardines trying to get them to bite, and they wouldn't take them. Like, I got pissed. I'm like, that's it, I'm gonna try and hook one. I grabbed the 40-pound stick. I chose out a bait out of the tank, cause bait selection is paramount. I casted it out there. I even picked up a mackerel after that, put it out there in 40-pound, not bait, while they were still blowing up all around the boat.
Wow.
So definitely, if you see them, put out that flyer. Either the artificial, the immortal, or I guess they rebranded for whatever political reason. I don't know. I just saw their post, and then or put out the dead flyer. Something I kind of like about what I've seen about that artificial flyer is that it looks like when you fly that thing, it's gonna fly upright. It's gonna be on the right side. Whereas if you don't set up your frozen dead flyer correctly, and it's either sitting at a wrong angle, it's not flat on the surface, or it's upside down even, you're not bit. Presentation is everything. So if you don't have your bait looking right, you're wishing you're not fishing.
Oh, boom! Wishing, not fishing. If your flyer is doing cartwheels on the surface, you're wishing, not fishing.
No good.
I like it. So Tyler says they rebranded to California Flyer. That's what it is.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Was that the gummy?
California Flyer Company.
Got it. Cool.
But yeah. So I'm not sure when's the next time I'm gonna go out for the big boys. I think a lot of guys right now are booking. Sorry, airplane going by. I'm down at the boat right now. Today was boat work day.
Oh, nice. Boat work day. Cool. Hey, what's your status for lobster missions?
Oh yeah. So then I don't have any of my lobster gear ready. So then I'm not ready for a
Charters.
lobster charter per se.
Yep.
But Roman, if you want to go out and have some fun, make a video, I can definitely work something out for that.
All right, let's do it. I was gonna say, do you want me to test out? Do you want me to test out your lobster hoops?
The thing is, to be honest, like I really don't like lobster shirts. It's just not my thing.
You don't like eating them?
I don't really care for eating lobster. I mean, maybe I haven't figured out a good way to prepare them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, some guys, they love it. They're all about it. Yeah. But for me, it's like, oh man, it's so much work. And then especially like for like a bigger boat like this, like say if you got like
Oh, that's true. That's true.
A center console. A center console would be much better because center console has more deck space. I mean, don't get me wrong, the park has a lot of deck space, but you're pretty much using half the boat. You're not really using the bow. Yeah,
Salty Dangler says you don't like the lobster because you just need to put more butter on it.
Yeah, exactly right.
That's when you know you love butter. That's good. I love butter. I mean lobster.
Maybe this season will change my mind. I mean, I tried that too. I tried diving for lobster, but one of my inner ears is clogged, and I can't equalize when I go under. So I think the deepest I can go is like 15 feet under before my head starts hurting, and I try to equalize, and I kind of freak out. I lose my breathing. And,
you get like really you panic a little bit.
Yeah, and then I just come up to the surface. But I would love to do that. I'd love to dive down and pick lobsters by hand. I think that's awesome. But not really for me just yet, because I'm also kind of concerned. I mean, I know that I can get my ear unclogged, but I don't know if I do that, I'll start getting seasick.
Oh, yeah,
because I've never been seasick in my entire life. I think the only time
I remember that. Cool.
Yeah, I think the only time I've been like nauseous is like from the exhaust from diesel engines. But yeah. But going on with the fish report. Yesterday, we got onto very good yellowfin fishing. I mean, they're definitely the smaller football grades. I mean, I would say they're anywhere between maybe 6 to 12 pounds. Maybe smaller, maybe bigger. I don't know. We didn't weigh them. But it was very good fishing. We went out towards the knoll, San Salvador Knoll. That was our game plan. So 3 days ago, we were fishing around the 425, and we had a good hit of yellowfin. We ended up with 8 yellowfin in the boat, but nice. Sea lions were an issue because we're around the tuna pen. So yeah, ready to cook full. And
I think your phone's cutting out.
25, and the water temp dropped. So when we got a good hit on yellowfin there, what was good about it is that it was that bigger grade. We had 3 fish that were hovering around 30 to 32 pounds. So we did weigh these fish. We took them to the fish processor. Then we had other ones that were also smaller, like that, 6 to 15 pound grade, also within the 8. And then the next day, so 2 days ago, we went to the same zone, and the water temp dropped 2.5 degrees. When we were there, it was 70, 71, and then 2 days ago, it dropped down to 67, 68. No tuna to be found. So then after striking out at 425, we wanted to move out west towards the knoll, because I also got some reports of some good yellowfin, dorado, and yellowtail patty fishing around the butterflies at the knoll. So I tried to get out there, but the swells were pretty big 2 days ago. We only got as far as like a little bit east of the knoll, and then we ended up finding one patty and getting a bunch of that small, rat yellows and one dorado. So we were, after hearing everybody striking out on the radio. So I was working with a couple boats that day. I think I had 4 boats I was buddy boating with 2
Nice.
days ago, and everybody struck out for the most part. So we were stoked to get what we had. But yesterday, so with knowing what was all going on, just wanted to head straight for the zone, and I had 2 guys with boats trailer down from Orange County. They left like daylight, and they were out on the grounds way earlier than me, because I leave the harbor at like 7:30. So we got out there about 9:30 or so, and they had already fished a patty. They had gotten limits of small yellowtail. Actually, they said their first pass on it, they got 2 big yellowtail, like that 12 to 15 pound grade. Then they got limits of that small yellowtail, and then also 3 small yellowfin. But then when I finally got hold of them with a satellite phone, they called me into the numbers. I fished 1 pass on the patty, and they were pretty much done with it. They didn't want any more small yellowtail, because that's all they were getting.
Wow.
We put on 5 small yellowtail, those rat yellows, and then we hooked 1 good fish peeling off drag. Like that looks different. Popped a scoop of bait over the side, and then it just turned into a wide open yellowfin bite. At this point, we were all by ourselves. Everybody else had left, and then I got on the radio and called it back in. Everybody turned back in. We ended up with 6 yellowfin, and then when the other boats come in, unfortunately the bite does slow down. It slowed down to like a little slow plunker bite. But they were able to hook some fish and line some fish too, so it was all cool. And then same thing, everybody kind of dispersed, and at this point we drifted well away from the patty, and we couldn't see it anymore. So I was like, all right, let's just look for something else. We brought the beanbag chairs down for the customers to sit in, and
Nice.
I'm looking around, and then I'm just going slow, and I look right off my bow. I see yellowfin puddling. I'm like, all right, guys, let's see what happens here. I slow down the boat. So whenever you're pulling up on fish, guys, slow down. Do not run over the fish. Do not scare the fish. I slow down to about 1,000 RPMs, and I watch the sonar, unless they're still busting up right next to me. If they're still puddling right next to me, then I'll just throw it in neutral and pop bait over the side. But at this point, they had sunk out, and then I just drive over to the last spot that I saw them at slowly. And so they started coming up on the sonar. We still had customers in beanbag chairs. I throw it in neutral, go to the back, start dumping bait. Like, guys, let's go. This is it. Grab rods, put a bait on, and they're still like, what's going on? It's their first time tuna fishing, so they were really happy with what we did yesterday. But yeah, and then it turned out to be a wide open bite. It was a really big school.
That's cool.
I called in all the other guys, so I called in 4 boats. I called in Captain Sean on Pelican Sport Fishing. He came in. Our second boat, if you guys saw on social media, we got our second boat. So Dylan, he's the other brother per se.
That's right.
Dylan and I are the brothers in Brothers Sport Fishing. We're just 2 guys that wanted to throw something together and make it happen. And
like
2 years later now, it's beautiful. It's awesome what we got going for us right now. So I'm really happy with what all the hard work we put into it to be where we are here now. But yeah, he came in, and then the 2 boats that trailer down from Orange County, they also came in. And everybody was hanging fish on this school. It was a really good volume of fish. So we ended our day with 14 football yellowfin tuna, 21 rat yellowtail, and 1 skipjack. And then Dylan on our second boat finished the day with 12 of these football yellowfin.
That's cool.
I think Sean also had around that same number, like around 10 or 12, something like that. And then the other guys, I didn't get an exact count, but they had yellowfin tuna, skipjack tuna, and yellowtail. So it was a good day altogether yesterday, and we were about 36 nautical miles from the harbor. So tomorrow there's supposed to be some wind forecast. It's supposed to be a little bit windy for the rest of the week too, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but it's not going to be as bad as what the forecast says for tomorrow. If anybody else going out there the rest of this week, I recommend looking around anywhere between the 230 all the way out to the butterflies, if you have that type of range. Whereas for the most part, that what I've been hearing about, there hasn't been much volume, anything closer. 9 Mile Bank, 181, 182, even the 43 is not really holding that much. The 43 is a really large area. I have heard of some patties up there holding some really good Dorados, so being able to get U.S. limited Dorado, which is 10 per person, versus Mexican limited Dorado, which is 2 per person. So it's a lot better to find Dorado in U.S. waters. But yeah, if anybody going out looking for this type of fish, I haven't heard much for the 9 Mile Bank, 181, 182. There has been some reports of that I've got, not like fished up or anything. Reports from guys that I know having some good hits of Dorado around the 43, but it's such a large area, and it's a lot more missed than hit. But yeah, if you really want to find that stuff where I've been fishing, it's been in between the 230 and the butterflies.
What are you using to catch the Dorados? Like what setups or baits?
Just so for Dorado, especially because there's a smaller grade this year, I've been using 15-pound fluoro sometimes. But if you find a big enough school, they'll eat rope on the right next to the boat. Like if you guys have seen other guys go, aquarium style fishing right next to the boat, they will literally eat any like rope. Like it's ridiculous.
Very cool.
Like I was even tying straight braid at some point. In that post where we posted that, 4-person limit of Dorado. Unfortunately, in the craziness, one of the customers dropped the rod pretty hard and it broke the tip guide, and then it snapped the line. And then in the hurry of it all, it was just braid. I was like, what the heck? I just tied a hook on there and just let them fish it with braid with a broken guide. And they were eating it.
So good.
Like when they were putting a bait on and putting it right next to the boat, they weren't even putting it in free spool to let line out. Literally just right there next to the boat, taking a bait and flipping them in. It was just like tuna stick pulling. Very
cool. Very cool. Hey, I'm gonna take you back a couple of questions. I don't want to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Hey, when you're on a boat or whatever, like on a charter or even like a cattle boat, like a big boat, a sporty, there's situations where like a sea lion will grab onto your fish, right? Like they have your fish, but it's still hooked. Like what are your options for that? Like what should you do?
Show me the stuff. Give me just a little bit, or give me the rod. What are you talking about? Where's the rod? It's all in your car. Oh, you're putting it? Everything's in there. The tank's in your front seat. Oh, okay, we're good then. Sorry, give me a second, guys. We're getting out of the boat here.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, we're good.
I'm gonna mute you for I'm gonna lower the volume for a second. There we go. Cool. All right. So while we're waiting for Captain Scotty to get back, I think they're tidying up the boat and locking it up. So we'll let them finish that up, and then we'll go back to the questions. I put this up here, guys, so you guys know what we're talking about, and you guys can see it.
I'm back, Robert.
All right. Cool. So like this is kind of like what I'm doing in the background while somebody's talking. I want to make sure if a question comes up, I don't want to interrupt them. I want them to keep on their train of thought, but then I'll have a question that's going to come up so you guys can see what I'm going to ask about. Okay. Cool. Ready?
Okay. Now legit. I'm back.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Basically just trying to figure out what we could do as like kayak anglers that go to La Jolla, or if you're on a sporty and a sea lion gets your fish, well, you still have it hooked on the line. So it's basically a tug of war.
Yeah. So I have won a couple of fish back from a sea lion, and the only thing I can tell you is hopefully you have heavy enough line that you actually have a shot against the sea lion. But sometimes, it's just kind of not worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I have won fish back from a sea lion, especially at the Coronado Islands, because that's generally where it's the most you get the most sea lion trouble. So how to do it? Generally 40 pound is really the only pound test that I've won fish back from a sea lion. Whereas if I use 30 pound, like I didn't break the line, but they ended up tearing up the fish enough that I just got a head back.
Oh, sucks.
But yeah, so basically,
so it's not very likely you'll get it back.
It's not very likely, but I'd say about at least 4 fish I've successfully won back from a sea lion. I think if you guys look far enough back into our social media, I think maybe even back to 2018, we even had a customer win a fish back from a sea lion on a surface iron. So basically, you just fight as hard as you can, because sea lions have lungs. They have to breathe air, so they have to come up for air.
Yeah.
When they come up for air, you got to get that fish out of their mouth and just grind that fish to the boat, and then try to get that fish either on a gaff or just flip it into the boat as best as you can. But yeah, I mean, sometimes even if you hold on long enough, you might be able to pull it out of their grasp underwater. But for the most part, with most that I've ever had is when they come up for air, they have to get a good gas
Yeah.
of air, and they might open up their
Yeah.
mouth just a little bit, and as long as you're having enough pressure on your fish, you can pull it away from the sea lion.
And then it's like
Now,
go
this
time.
has only happened with like, medium to smaller size sea lions. With a really big, 400 to 600 pound sea lion,
Yeah.
I haven't won against those guys.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then
Yeah,
I guess if you're fishing around a bunch of seals, like the best thing you could do if you hook up is just crank on that thing. Don't really play it so much.
What was that?
The best thing you could do if you're fishing in an area with seals is to, I guess, bring it in as fast as you can before it gets picked up by a seal.
That's a dangerous.
Because you could break it off.
Dangerous. Yeah, exactly. Either break it off or pulling a hook. To be honest, how I tell my customers when we have sea lions around them, don't hesitate, don't get scared, fight the fish as hard as you can, but calmly, like not like just ripping on the fish.
So really, really don't change anything.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, fish calmly as if like there weren't any sea lions around, but have a good amount of pace on it. Don't like be lollygagging, but also don't be frantic. Be
so
calm,
funny.
be collected. Put some heat on the fish. Have some pace on it, but don't go wild and just force the fish in.
Got it.
Because the whole reason to have drag is that we can't just force the fish in as quickly as we want to.
Right.
That's why we use light lines, small hooks, and light drags. But definitely, if for all types of fishing, sea lion or not, if you can set your drags with a spring scale, you'll be that much better at your hook to land ratio, because you're putting all the leverage in your favor. When you have your drag set correctly, you're gonna pull less hooks, and you're gonna get the fish quicker to the boat, and you'll be back fishing to hook more fish.
Got it.
So like definitely what I've learned over the years, that when my drag was too light, I fought that fish for way too long. And the longer you fight a fish, that's more time that something's going to happen where you're going to lose that fish.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Whether you're augering a bigger hole and that hook's just going to fall out, or your line might rub up against somebody else's line.
Yeah.
You name it. Anything can happen. But if you have your drag set correctly, where you're not going to break your line, but you're putting as much pressure on that fish to swim it next to the boat, you'll be good. So really, when I learned that was when I started fishing the bigger game tuna.
Yep.
Fighting a fish for 3 hours is just ridiculous.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
That's a lot.
But yeah, like we brought in a 140-pound bluefin on 60-pound. It took us 3 hours. It should have been half of that time.
Wow.
Because then basically we were gaining a bunch of line, and just the sheer weight of the fish was pulling line out because our drag was too loose.
Oh, that makes sense.
Was basically, so tired when it came up next to the boat, but it's just the sheer weight of it was pulling line off the reel. And then, after we got back to the dock, and I was thinking about it the whole ride back home, and I checked that reel, and I pulled it. I'm like, man, this is too loose for 60 pound. So if you guys, like to help against sea lions, definitely, don't be frantic. Put some heat on it, put some pace on the fish, and have your drag set correctly. And if you do get sea lion, just put as much pressure on that sea lion as you can. And when that sea lion comes up to breathe, hopefully you can pull that fish out of the sea lion's mouth and grind that fish to the boat. Just reel. Don't even pump the rod. Just hold the rod straight and just reel. Because at that point, your fish probably won't be swimming anymore.
Very cool.
Normally when a sea lion takes bite of a fish, most times that I've seen, the fish like that I've won it back, the fish just doesn't even swim anymore. I don't know if like they broke like a nerve or spinal cord or something, but it just kind of sometimes if I can really get some good pace on it, just the head of the fish is up out of the water, just skimming on the top of the water, and a lot of times the sea lion will grab it again.
Oh yeah, like from the bottom. That's
Yeah,
funny.
I'm not saying that like you're gonna have a high percentage of it, but it does happen. I would say I'm probably like I don't know 10% of fish that I've been able to get back. 'Cause I mean we don't lose a lot of fish
Yeah,
with sea lions because a lot of times we're offshore. The only time we have real problems with sea lions is either around the islands or the tuna pens. But yeah, or maybe less than 10%. That'd probably be a little too gracious, but
that's funny.
yeah, that's what I got to say about sea lions.
Cool.
Next question.
Awesome. Yeah, excellent. So let's talk about real quick. We'll just do like a 1 or 2 tips for people that are going to be lobster fishing for the first time.
Okay. Let's see here. So okay, so first
I
time.
know I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, that's
It's a lot, right?
that's a lot.
Okay,
That's
let's just do
for any type of fishing, preparation and what gear you have is probably the biggest thing right there. Say like if you're going big bluefin fishing, you're not going to bring a trout rod, right? So like you got to have the right gear. Having the right gear can really increase your chances, tenfold, maybe more so than that, So, having the right gear is huge. And then of course the next thing after that is location. A lot of things I like to tell to some of my customers. This is what my dad told me. 99% of fish are in 1% of water. Same thing with these lobster. They're going to be around structure. So then when you're setting your traps down, you want to fish structure. Other thing, like for example, for fish, it's presentation. You want to make sure your bait looks right. You want to make sure you're using the right size hook and right size line leader that the fish isn't going to mind it. For lobster, it's going to be your bait. You're presenting a bait to them. You're attracting them to your pot. So you want to give them a bait that's attractive for them. So you want to use fresh baits. Don't use something that's nasty and smelly and rotten. You'll only attract small lobster if you use bad bait. So always use fresh bait. Use a fresh, bloody, oily bait. Salmon heads are good.
So you can still use like frozen bait, right? As long as it's not like rotted.
Frozen's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want rotted.
Okay, perfect.
Rotted will only attract smaller lobsters. So out in the animal kingdom, physical prowess is king. So the bigger lobster, they're going to go for food that they want, and they're going to push out the smaller lobster. The smaller lobster might be able to fit in, here and there, but if it's something that the bigger lobster don't want, then they'll get
That's interesting. I like that. That's a super
that's
good.
what I've learned.
That's a super good tip right there. The rest of the tips will be available on our video when we shoot it.
Exactly. Because I've been there. Trust me. I tried it one time. Like one time I knew I was going out lobster, and I saved a bunch of fish carcasses.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
Zombie
I
fish.
left them out in the sun. It was nasty, smelly.
Fish
but I
jerky.
didn't care. Yeah, it was worse than that. It wasn't dry. It was wet.
Gross.
I think 2 nights before did really well on lobster. Then I went fishing and then had leftover carcasses and took a day. So within 3 days, so I went 1 day lobstering, did really well. Second day went fishing. Third day went lobstering with the leftover carcasses from the previous day, but I had left them out like down at the boat, let them in the sun over that day, and fished the same area and only got small lobsters over 3 sets, all small lobsters.
That's crazy. Well,
keeper.
I'm gonna keep
Whereas the day prior, or the 2 days prior, the night prior to that, I think we had almost limits for 3. So I think we had like somewhere around 18 keeper lobster over 3 sets. Normally, when we do a lobster trip, we try to do 3 sets. So if you're setting from a boat, of course, also know your regulations. I mean, I guess you guys can take time to learn the regulations, but in a quick snapshot, limit is 7 keeper lobster per person. For a boat, you can have 10 lobster pots total for a boat, 5 total per person. So If you want 10 on one boat, you need at minimum 2 people.
Oh,
But if
interesting.
you have
Yeah, that's
3
right.
people, it's still only 10 pots because it's 10 per boat.
Yeah.
So if you go on a big charter boat, they probably, I think they limit their lobster trips to like 6 people or something.
So one person on a kayak can only put out 5.
Correct.
Yep.
Exactly.
Unless you have a second person on their kayak.
Yeah.
And 10 lobster pots. That's a lot. It's a big kayak.
Exactly. I mean, you could put all 10 on actually no, it's technically it's a vessel.
Right.
Unless you got 2 people on that vessel. But
Right.
I think maybe like Fish and Game would kind of give you a pass if you have like 2 kayaks, but you have all the gear on one kayak. I think they might give you a pass.
Yeah, maybe. That's interesting. Oh, I like that's
but
cool.
That all depends.
Yeah.
But yeah, and all right, so yeah, so have good bait.
That's good.
Have good
That's
gear.
good.
If you're fishing deep water, so like if you're fishing around Catalina Island, or if you really want to go out to San Clemente Island, maybe those are long runs. But definitely for sure, the farther you go from the harbor, the better the fishing is, because it's just less fishing pressure, less people doing it. So there's that stock out there is going to be more plentiful. It's just a fact.
That's cool. Cool. All right, so give me a sec.
Yeah.
Let me do some housekeeping real quick. Shout out to Izzy. Thanks for reminding everybody to like this stream, guys. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't already. Also, what up, Oscar HTX Texas MMFC Texas chapter in the house? Welcome. You jumped in a little bit late, but I'm glad you're here. All right, now we're gonna move into the final story, or
yes.
Okay, so let's set it up. What was a day like?
Okay. So what was it? So it was Thursday. Yeah. Thursday the 17th. I think that was. That's the day that it was. Yes, it was. So okay. So these guys had me booked for Friday the 18th. However, the wind forecast was going to be horrid for that Friday and Saturday. And then the wind had already been bad pretty much all the previous week. If you guys have been fishing, you guys know what I'm talking about. But so I told them, Thursday is kind of a little bit. So like Thursday was scheduled as my day off, so I had it as a day off, and then I had the Friday, so I just wanted to switch it around. Hey, let's fish Thursday, and then I'll take Friday off. But yeah, so I told them, like either way, Thursday is still not going to be the best. It's going to be bumpy. It's going to be lumpy. You guys are going to get wet. Because even though we have a Parker, waves, if they're large enough, as we're going, 20 to 25 miles per hour, water's still going to go over the side. So I told them that be prepared to get wet. little did I know I was the one that was going to get soaked. Yeah, so we get out to the island, and I think it started off, like a little bit slow, because when it's rougher weather, it takes a little bit longer for us to go out there because we can't go as fast. But yeah, we check out the first zone. We start looking around, looking on the surface, not much happening, watching the sonar, not much happening. And then we start moving over to the second zone, same thing, looking around, watching the sonar. And then all of a sudden we start getting some sonar marks, start seeing some big fish. I'm like, all right. So where we were about 5 miles east of 381. If you guys are familiar with San Clemente Island and the banks out there, we were 5 miles east of the 381 fathom. And yeah, so start getting sonar marks, start getting set up, send out the kite, send out the bait, and just kind of, moving around a little bit. Slow trolling is a good way to go. Drifting is good also. If you want to skip the rubber flyer around, that's always a good way too. The rubber flyer though is definitely a lot more difficult to get dialed in, because once again, presentations, everything. And then when you're going that fast, the bait's that far away, it's really tough to get it looking right. Anyways, we get a short bit, we get blown up on. We try to set something, and unfortunately we missed that fish. Second fish, we're still working the same zone. Second bait, finally become tight. Everybody's, we're awesome. It's actually, towards later, I give some trips the option to extend the trip, because then, we're set for 12 hours. Right. And then, if we haven't caught a fish yet, and, I know how long it's going to take to get back to the dock. And they're like, yeah, man, it's so longer. So they pay an hourly rate after that, for additional hours. And, so then, we're fighting the fish. Everything's good. I'm starting to get set up to send out the second bait. And then, just and they just asked me, oh, let's just focus on this fish because they were having a little bit of trouble here and there, but and then it was all good. They actually brought the fish in pretty quickly. I think they brought the fish to the boat in like 10 minutes or less. So this fish was still green. These guys were on top of it. They big physical guys. I believe they may have been ex-service or like veterans.
Yeah.
And yeah. So they were well set guys. And they worked hard the whole time too, trying to find a patty on the way out there.
That's cool.
So because not too long ago, as you guys saw on social media, we had, but not too long before this trip that I'm talking about here, we had good Dorado at the 43 for U.S. limits. So then they brought the fish to the boat, and then we have normally I always have 3 gaffs on the boat. And so then I have 1 gaff, and I pass a gaff to somebody else because it's 1 fish, but there's 5 of us. So it's like, hey, someone be ready for a gaff. And then I always ask them, like, let me take lead gaff. So sure enough, the fish does a circle. It comes up. I get a first gaff in it, and I gaff it, right behind the gill plate. So just like right behind the head.
Yeah.
So I get a good gaff shot. I wish I actually took a picture of where I gaffed it, but I didn't. I don't think I did. And then one of the customers got a second gaff in it too, right under the collar.
Oh wow.
So we had it pretty good.
That's good.
But everything happened so quickly. It just ran hard right next to the boat.
Wow.
Before I know it, I'm in the water. Like, to be honest, it ran out so hard, so fast that I didn't even know what happened. You know what I mean?
You were still holding on to the gaff?
I did not let go to the gaff. Right, exactly. So I just, because I've gaffed fish that took a run next to the boat before.
Yeah.
And then I've been able to hold on. It's definitely something that I'm prepared for. I'm prepared to hold on to the gaff. I wasn't prepared for losing my footing and going in.
Oh,
and then I guess maybe I should take a picture of my iPhone and add that to the post and show you guys how it shattered my iPhone hitting the gunnel. So on my trips, I wear sweatpants with the zippers. So the reason for the zipper on the pocket is that whatever I put in my pocket, I zip it up so it doesn't fall out of the pocket, right?
Right.
So I had my phone in my pocket, so it's way up, pretty much almost on my hip, like way up on the upper leg. Yeah. And that hits the gunnel and it shattered the screen, like blast coming out of it. I had a good case on it. I had screen protector, but it didn't do any good. So yeah, I shattered the phone, hitting the gunnel, getting pulled overboard, and so I'm still holding on to the gaff. And then I'm actually able to come up and take a breath, and then the fish takes another dive down. And at this point, now I'm holding on to the gaff, and it's an 8-foot gaff. So I'm like, I don't know, 7 feet away from this big, fish underwater.
What's happened to the second gaff?
Oh, the other customer let go. So where the customer let go, I didn't let go. So that's why I went in the water. They didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, like being underwater in this clear blue water, I think it was like, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the evening, something like that. Seeing this fish 7 feet away from it, making a dive down in clear blue water, it's a sight that's just ingrained in my memory banks now. It's something else. So at this point, at a second dive, I'm like, all right, just in my head, I'm like, all right, you win. I let go of the gaff. I come up to the surface, and then these groups, they were prepared. They were ready to go. They had the life ring right away. As soon as I came up to the surface, they threw me the life ring. I'm like, all right, cool. And I try swimming over back to the boat, and my boots were just full of water. Just couldn't do it. So took them, and finally was able to swim enough to the boat. So the thing is, guys, the boat, the house of the boat, the marker here,
it's like a sail.
It's like a sail. Yep. The wind will hit it and it will drift away. Whereas if you're in the water, you're not going to move as quickly as the boat. So in just that little bit of time, that boat was moving. And so I had to kick myself over to the boat. It probably took me maybe about 2 to 3 minutes of solid kicking to get back over to the boat. But I don't really know how long.
Yeah, were your boots still on? Or you took your boots off at that point, or what happened?
Took the boots off. I couldn't kick.
Yeah.
Couldn't kick. Because then, you know, these extra tufts, you know, I got the 12-inch extra tufts, and they're full of water.
Yep.
You know, you're not kicking.
Yeah, you won't sink, but you can't really travel. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I also had the life ring thing.
Yeah. Cool.
And then heavy clothes, of course, everything. So that's actually part of my safety briefing. You know, I tell people that because I'd never been in that position before. This is the first time that I've been pulled into the water.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly. You know, I've taken off my boots, I've taken off like my shirt and shorts and jumped in, you know, knowing that I was going in. This is the first time that it's ever happened to me that I ended up in the water unexpectedly.
Yeah,
but like I've heard stories of, you know, of other people going in and like, you know, they had their boots and it was dragging them down. Like, this is actually part of my safety briefing. Like, I start off with my safety briefing. If anybody has ever booked with me, you know, I tell them, here's a life ring. If anybody goes overboard, that's the first thing you do. Throw it over to them. And then a man overboard drill, one person, always keep their eye on that person. Do not take your eye off that person because we need to know where that person is in relation to us. Because when you're out there, there's nothing for you to have a bearing off of.
Yeah,
so at least one person always keep an eye on it. Just when you guys practice it with patties, you know, like you're fishing a patty.
Exactly.
You know, just kind of like figure out where it's drifting away from you and just, you know, treat it as a man overboard situation.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. So then I swam enough to get right next to the boat that they could extend the last gaff over to us. So we lost our 2 big game gaffs, the 8-foot gaffs, and they had the 6-foot gaff left over. So they turned it around. They were holding the hook side of the gaff, and I grabbed the hand side of the gaff. They brought me back to the boat. I was able to get up on. They still had the fish connected on the rod.
Yes.
Brought the fish next to the boat. I gaffed it with the 6-foot gaff. Got a tail rope on it. And then as soon as we had the tail rope on it, then the fish was ours.
So you still landed, right? That's awesome.
Yeah, still landed it. And then I'm like, all right, guys, well, you guys want to try again another one still? So we sent out another bait. We keep on fishing. We get short bit again. We got blown up on, but unfortunately did not get the hook set. And we literally fished till dark.
Dude, die hard.
Dark, and we put everything away and headed for home. So that was it. That is the story there. So yeah, if you know, if anything besides entertainment, you know, for everybody listening, please, safety. You know,
yeah.
So like safety is definitely important for us. You know, I'm the only, you know, capable person most of the time on trips, so that's why I do go into depth with the safety briefing.
Yeah.
For some people it might be boring, but you know, I try and tell people some more serious stories. They kind of listen up about it.
That's true.
And then I tell people, you know, like if in an emergency, you know, if I'm yelling at you to like do this, do that, you know, don't take it personally. I'm just trying to get things done.
Yeah.
Same thing with fishing, you know, like in a hot bite, if I'm yelling at you, do this, do that, don't do that, you know, just trust me, trust my judgment, trust my experience, and just go with it. Don't question it.
Yeah.
You know, just go with it. Don't take it personal.
Yeah, that makes sense. How big was that fish?
So bled, gilded, gutted at the processor was 128. I think it was. So
like,
you know,
from
with the
yeah, from it was already next to the boat from like a dead stop. It just did its last run, I guess, and that's a lot of power, dude. That's so much power.
Yeah. So I guess the other thing too is that you know, having an 8-foot gaff, I extended out for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was up on the surface, but it was away from the boat.
Got it.
You know, so it came up to the surface. I got a good gaff shot on it, and it just took me for a ride.
That's so crazy, dude.
But you know, like you know, because then say for example, if I was with any other group that wasn't as prepared as these guys, or if I couldn't swim back to the boat, you know, who knows what could have happened. I mean, just not too long after that, I was listening on the VHF to some other guys talking, and if you guys know who Cody Kessel is, he was the captain of the Dolphin out of Fisherman's Landing, the half-day boat. But since then, he put in his 2 weeks, so you know he's still respected with that boat, not just walking off the boat. Be like, good luck, guys. But now he's he wants to fish a little more offshore. So he's been captaining other 4-packs and 6-packs and captaining guys yachts and things like that. But anyways, he was talking on the VHS, talking to one of his buddies. And I was just kind of just listening in, and they were talking about a story of one of their other buddies was out there at San Clemente Island, and I guess like they were pulling up on some fish, and then the captain of the boat, the owner of the boat, he was up on the bow, and he had somebody else driving for him, and I guess the guy driving, all of a sudden put the boat into neutral, and so the boat shifted as they were like coming up towards fish. The guy loses his footing. The owner, the guy who's capable, that knows what he's doing on the boat, slips and falls overboard. And then I guess for some reason the boat stalled, and the guy couldn't, get the boat back going to like get over to him. And so, out of some fate of luck, the guy gets the boat started, and some fate of luck is able to find to get the owner in the water, and then this is just a story that I heard over VHS.
That's so crazy.
And they said it was like maybe 20 minutes that this guy was in the water, just treading the water. And then the story that they told over the channel was that he was just barely hanging on.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that's a long time. Especially with any kind of flotation stuff. And then like
exactly. No flotation. And then I don't know if he had taken off his clothes, because if he was wearing like a lot of heavy clothes or cloth clothes that soaks up water, then he has a lot of things dragging him down. I don't know the full story. I don't know how fit he was. I don't know how old he was. So, and I don't know how rough the conditions were. If waves were hitting him in the face and
if it was windy too.
Water. I don't know, but it's one of those stories that it could have gone way worse. And for me, I was definitely fortunate that it didn't get close to being that bad. So when I didn't let go of the gas, because I was so gung ho about it, when I got pulled under the surface the second time, the customers were like, "Is he wrapped in the line? Should we cut the line?" When I came up and when I got back to the boat, they told me that they were going through that process. But it all worked out.
Jeez. Man, that's crazy, dude. Well, I'm glad you're safe. Yeah. And I'm glad you made it.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bonus, you actually caught the fish too, so still that wouldn't have mattered as long as you made it back. Dude, that's so intense.
Yeah,
super intense.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure everybody's heard of what's going on the Shogun, but for me, the important thing is that the 4 of the crewmen are well and alive, definitely either they're going to have to go through a probation program if they want to continue in this industry, or they might be banned for life. I don't know what's going to happen, but for me, the important thing is that the 4 of those guys are alive and well.
Yeah. So what happens with that boat? Are they going to run a different crew? Or does that boat just sit?
They're running already.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
The show goes on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Show goes on.
So those 4 guys, unfortunately, are banned from the Shogun. Even if, say, like Coast Guard allows them to continue to work on boats, they are banned from the Shogun.
Yeah.
That is the latest I have heard. I do not know if they're banned from Fisherman's Landing. So the Shogun's at a Fisherman's Landing. But I know the Shogun has banned them for life. Fisherman's Landing, I don't know. Coast Guard, I don't know.
Yeah, that's just irresponsible, dude.
Yeah. So I mean, from what I heard, 2 of those guys legitimately are dead and were revived by Narcan.
Dude, that's crazy.
But they had no pulse; they were done, and they were revived by Narcan. So
that's
if you guys also don't know more of that story, it was cocaine, and cocaine that was laced with fentanyl or cut with fentanyl. I don't really know too much about it, but yeah.
Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad.
Don't do it. Very
awesome. Well, I'm glad you're alive. And
thank you.
It's crazy. It's crazy times.
Yeah.
Crazy times. But there's still fishing to be done. There's still fishing to be reported.
The show goes on.
The show must go on. The fishing must. We gotta be catching these fish. Okay. So,
Oh, so other thing, you guys. I mean, I don't know like how closely you guys have been, following how this season has been going, but the water temps have been fluctuating a lot
yeah,
this year. So you know how we've been saying, like this good tuna fishing we've been having, this big bluefin tuna we've been having, it's not gonna last forever. And I don't know. I don't want to jinx it or be too pessimistic about it, but things might be the pendulum might start to be turning around and going the other way. So get on it, guys. When it's good, don't take it for granted because you don't know how long it's gonna last. I tell this to my charter trips all the time when we're on a hot bite. Like I work them hard. I put them to work. I say if I look at them and they're just standing, I say grab a rod, put a bait on, try to hook another fish, because I tell them every time you do not know how long this is gonna last.
yeah,
And sure enough, if we don't have limits and that bite dies off, I'm like, well, we did as best as we can, guys. Good job.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Because we'll have it sometimes too. Like even if we're the only boat there, that bite will shut off eventually, unless that fish is so hungry and aggressive. But really, it comes down to volume. If it's a small school, at some point you'll pick off all the aggressive dumb ones, and the smart ones will boil on any chum, but they will not take a bait with a hook and line on it. These fish, they got something going. They got good eyesight. They're able to
Water cleared
look
up.
at something and be like, that's not right, and I'm not
That ain't
eating
right.
that. So yeah, I tell people, when it's good, get to work.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Hey, so can you confirm for us the Lobster Opener?
I don't know. I think
Okay.
it's for sure it's in October. I forget if it's like a Saturday morning. I think it's like a Saturday morning. I forget. It's like the second Saturday or something like that. I can't really confirm for you guys because
Okay.
unfortunately I don't really know.
And no worries. I'm gonna bring it up.
But,
I'm gonna bring it up. I'll bring it up in a
Yep.
second. Cool. Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Oh well, like last bit though.
Okay, last
Yeah.
toss.
This season's water temps have plummeted quickly, and it's been coming in from different areas. So like that cold water came up early this year from the south and pushed all the tuna like off Catalina for about 3 weeks, where San Diego fishing was tough, very tough. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some fish caught here and there, some tuna caught here and there, but it was very tough. But yeah, I mean, things are always in cycles. You know what I mean? So the cycle will come on an upswing and it'll come down. I mean, back in 2008, everybody was catching albacore. When was so like, when was the last time you heard the boats down here catching albacore? I mean, obviously not the commercial guys going out 600 miles from San Diego,
Right.
but like, and then around like 2010 through 2012, a lot of charter businesses went out of business. Fishing was horrid. And then, pretty much 2013, 2014, it started to get good tuna fishing again. And now, like, look at it now, just with me starting in 2018 and looking at now, I see like all the other new charter operators popping up out of nowhere. And I think it's great. I mean, to be honest, there's a lot more demand than there are boats available. So, yeah, go ahead, Roman. Close us off.
That's pretty good. I mean, that's good. So I'm just basically gonna go to the California Fish and Wildlife page to confirm the schedule for the lobsters, and then wrap it up. So, dude, this was super fun. I'm glad you had time to jump on here with us today. And I think we did hit that hour. Did we? Did we hit that hour? We might have.
I think so. Yeah.
That phone's about to die. That phone couldn't handle the show.
Almost an hour with you guys. I appreciate it.
That was pretty cool.
My rambling.
That was
I
awesome.
ramble a lot. Roman knows it.
Nah, it was fine. This
I
is
get
fun.
way off topic and just get after it.
Right. Cool. Awesome. Well, then we will talk to you maybe hopefully next week. Good luck, and I'm glad you're safe.
Yeah. So thank you, Roman, for reminding me. Like if you guys, if Roman doesn't text me and say like, hey, can you come on and talk with us? To be honest, like I probably wouldn't remember. You know what I mean? I'm gone on the go. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Roman. Definitely appreciate all you. And, I hear guys down here on the water all the time. Oh, I saw your YouTube. Oh, I listened to you on Roman shows.
That's cool.
It's great, you guys. I love it. It's just so awesome to just see everybody just so excited about it. I mean, it's so great to just give information out and then just let people kind of like blossom from it. Like one of the other guys just a couple days ago on the dock, I think. And it was yesterday. Somebody came over to me like, hey, I saw your video with Roman, and you were showing us how to do that knot, and I used it, and it's great. I think it's the surgeon's knot for the dropper loop.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, man, it's awesome. Man.
You're like, yes, famous son. Oh,
yeah,
that's so
I mean,
funny.
there's so much fish out there, so much people trying to get after it. Why not? Help people out.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like I always try to advocate with you guys, just have good etiquette on the water.
Exactly. Very cool. Well, right on. Cool. Thanks again, Scotty, for calling in and spending an hour with us. That was awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, thanks, Roman. We'll have to hang out on the boat next time, make some more videos.
Yeah, let's do the lobster video soon.
I like it.
I'll text you about it.
All right.
All right,
Sounds
cool.
Good, Roman.
Thanks, Scotty.
All right, thank you, everybody. Everybody have a good night.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was awesome. That was super fun. When Scotty gets on, guys, I appreciate his time, and I wanted him to kind of just say what he needs to say. It's been at least like a month almost since we maybe like 2 weeks since we heard from him. So I'm glad he was able to get the story out for us, and then he also gave a lot of knowledge for us to kind of share and just kind of get stoked on. So that was pretty fun. Let's go really quick to the Fish and Wildlife website. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. I'm going to switch it. Here we go. All right. Bringing this over. There it is. Oh, yeah. Wait, is that window share? Oh, it should be the, or is that it should be a, is that the right one? Yeah, it looks like the right one. Okay, let's make it big. No. Oh, okay, I gotta move it up here. There it is. Okay, cool. Got it. We're good. Okay. Department of Fish and Wildlife. Let's see what they say. It says, recreational lobster season opens at 6 a.m. on Saturday, preceding the first Wednesday in October, and closes. Okay, so yeah, so 6 a.m. There it is. Confirmed. Okay, so what's the actual date? Preceding the first Wednesday in October. So October, Wednesday. All right, cool. So that does make it the Saturday the 10th. No, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday the 10th, because the first Wednesday in October is the 7th. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so that's what it is. So 6 a.m. 6 a.m. We can't go in Friday night. You got to wait for the night's got to pass. You got to go at 6 a.m. in the morning. So that's Saturday. Cool. All right. That's good. That makes sense. Okay. All right. That's the update for the lobster stuff. If you guys are going lobster hoop netting or lobster diving, let me know in the chat. I'd like to see what you're planning. Be kind of fun. And before we let you go tonight, guys, do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't already. Let me see where we're at with that. Ooh, 23 people watching, 24 likes. I think you guys maxed it out, so thank you for doing that. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Before you guys go, let's do some quick updates on the status of websites and stuff I've been sharing. So here's the shop.romancastro.com. These are, so real quick, these are ways that you can support the stuff I make by spending money on things that I make. So for example, shirts. So let's go over the shirts first. Mad Max Fishing Club. You can rep our club. by wearing some gear here, official Mad Max Fishing Club gear. Here's some shirts I put together. Here's a No Skunk Days sticker. You can put that on your kayak. Here's some Grumpy Spotty gear, Spotty Republic stickers. We just redid this shirt to fix the cheek, so the cheek actually is covered. It's not just the white cheek right there. I like the way the white one looks because it blends in, but you could get it with an actual flag like that as well. Okay, so that's Grumpy Spotty gear, and that's the Spotty Republic actual flag. You can get the actual sticker here for like your truck or something. That's there. And then we also do the Angry Butt stuff, like the halibut apparel, hoodies, stickers, shirts. I don't have that much ladies stuff. I'm gonna put some more ladies gear on here. So if you guys want to get some for your significant other, for your wife or your girlfriend, make sure she also has a nice butt. Now anybody can have a nice butt. See? All right. What else we have? If you're new to fishing and you want to kind of, let's do the link real quick. The link for that is ! I think shop. Did I program that? Maybe not. Maybe Bueller. There it goes. Yeah, there's the shop. Nightbot put it up there. And then the other thing I have for you guys is this page. So this is a resources page that I put together for beginners. It basically, I usually get the question like, what rod and reel are you using? And so basically, if you're starting out, you just want to get the basics. Here's my recommendations. I put the rod type I recommend and the specs up here for a beginner, and then a cheap option, and then what I'm using here, and everything, how I fish my Ned rigs, the stuff I have in my kayak, everything, every single accessory I use when I go out and fishing. It's there. These are all affiliate links, of course. So if you go through here and you buy something through one of my links, Amazon gives me like a percentage of that sale. Okay, so that's another way to support me in making this content. Okay, another way it's kind of similar. This is an actual Amazon. They call it an Amazon influencer storefront. So Amazon makes it available for me to come up with lists of things that I use, and this is a more detailed thing. That includes more than just my Ned rig setup. So these are all like the stuff that I use to fish most of the time. So sometimes I use the war baits ones, sometimes I use the cool baits ones. Mostly war baits. Mostly cool bait stuff. Here's all the Ned rigs that I like to use, all the different lures, all the Z-Man lures that I use on my Ned rigs. If you don't want to buy through here, you can come here and look at what I'm buying, look at what I'm using, and just buy it at like the local store that you shop at, right? So I'm not gonna be bummed out about it, but do come and check this out. Here's some of the stuff I used in the past, and some of the stuff I have in my tackle box. I need to update this one. It's in the rods and reels I use. Here's if you're interested in like video recording for like on your kayak, this is what I use. So you can click on that. It takes you to that list of things that I use, right? Oh yeah, here's that thing that Cal was asking about the other day. That goes into the sail mast of the kayak, so you could put this thing on there, the wishbone thing, or the holder for the phone. This is what I use. Okay. Oops, that was weird. And then as far as kayak accessories, here's the actual like the kayak that I'm using and all the stuff that I'm using with the kayak, and then for the vlogging stuff, for like just regular video on land, here's the stuff I use. Okay. Cool. So just want to share, and the way you get to this place is by going to, I think that's what was that one? That was exclamation point tackle box. Exclamation point tackle box, and that's going to give you the link, which is romancastro.com/tackle-box. Yeah, cool. What else? If you don't want to buy stuff to support me, you just want to support me directly, probably the best option for me is to do to become a true fan here. That's if you think that the stuff that I'm making, the videos I make, the shows I make, the live streams I do are worth it to you as far as like the entertainment value or even the stuff you're learning, that you feel like, hey man, Roman gives me enough value in what he's teaching me or the entertainment he's giving me that I'm willing to buy him, I don't know, like 2 packs of bait a month, right? Which is like $10, right? So if you're willing to spend $10 on me, You can think of it as like, hey, I bought Roman a meal that this month, or I bought Roman a couple of beers this month, or I bought Roman a couple of packs of baits, just as a way to say, hey, thank you for making the stuff you do, and I appreciate you making the content. I'm learning from it. I'm getting a little bit of value from that, and here's a little bit of value back in your direction that you can use to make the show better, to justify the time I put into making this content, right? So all that helps. There's a video explaining a little bit better what happens here. I took away some of the rewards because for tax reasons, so it's just a straight up donation at this point. But again, that's what it's going toward. It's going towards helping me for the cost of producing the stuff I produce. Okay. Let's see, and that's pretty much it, guys. If you're interested in going to that, you can type in romancastro.com/bit into any browser, and it'll take you here. Or what is it? Patreon? Exclamation point Patreon? I forget my let's see. Oh, True Fan. That's what it is. It's True Fan. Let's bring it back. Let's actually switch screens to main screen. There we go. Yeah, so let's see. True Fan. Exclamation point. True Fan. There it is. Hopefully. There it is. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's the options. Cool. All right. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show this evening. Tomorrow we'll be streaming from the kayak. We'll be fishing live. I might start a little bit earlier. I'm thinking about maybe 6, and that'll be on Twitch. Okay. The way you go to Twitch is romancastro.com/Twitch. Okay. romancastro.com/Twitch. If you're not following me on Twitch yet, go over there and do it now so you don't forget. So you don't forget and you get the notification. There's a link in the chat as well. Hopefully the Nightbot can put it in there. Let's see if he does it. There it goes. Yeah. Okay. That's the link. That'll save you the typing. That goes to my, oh, does it? Oh, I don't think I've actually updated that one. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second while I update that real quick. I think I messed up that up. I think I saw that I was messed up last time. I didn't even update it. While I'm doing this, feel free to ask questions. We're taking the stream a little bit extra long, so just ask questions. If I see any questions, I will answer those questions. Always. Come on. There it is. Okay, and then direction. Twitch. Okay, it's working. Yeah, I fixed it before. Just making sure. Yeah, it's working. Cool. All right. So that's where I'll be streaming the fishing sessions from the kayak live. And also, if you want to watch me play Street Fighter, come get some. And if you want to watch me play Street Fighter, I basically have this set up here on my computer. I have the green screen up, and I play video games, and we hang out, and you can ask questions, and it's pretty entertaining. It's pretty fun. This Saturday should be a zoo on the water then. The Lobster opens at 6 a.m. That's right. So what do you guys think? If we do, I think it's going to be pretty busy at night, and I think it's going to be pretty busy at night also. But Lobster Opener is this? Wait, but is Lobster Opener this Saturday? The 3rd? Because the regulation said it's on the Saturday after the first Wednesday of the month. That makes it the 10th. So it is October 3rd? Oh, preceding. Oh, yeah. No, okay, got it. So the Saturday got it. Okay, I was yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, cool. So it is this Saturday the 3rd. Sorry guys. Sorry about that. So it is the 3rd. It is this Saturday. Man, I don't know. Who's gonna, we'll do a poll. we'll do something in the MMFC Discord outing section, and we'll figure out what we're doing, because at this point, yep, got it. Any Sporty Bowl anglers want to do a trip together? Ooh, that's a good one, Izzy. Anybody want to jump on a Sporty with Izzy? Yeah, October 3rd. Cool. All right. Awesome. Okay, so I think that covers most of the stuff we need to cover today. And I know we went a little bit extra long, so I appreciate you guys hanging out. And I'm going to jump over to... I'm not going to jump in Discord tonight. I need to take care of some stuff. But I will jump in there later to set up a post so we can figure out what we're doing. Friday night run? You mean like a Friday night fishing session? Instead of a Saturday? Salty? Like do a night fishing session on Friday instead of Saturday? It'll be before all the people go crazy. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, we'll talk about that on Discord. But yeah, I like it. That's a good idea. Okay. All right, guys. Let's wrap this up. Thanks for hanging out. Fishy Hour. Hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow we'll be streaming on Twitch. Wednesday, Brian will be back for Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. He's got a lot of... I think he went out and fished freshwater. I don't want to ruin his story, so I didn't talk about it at all because I wanted him to have the full... share the full experience with you guys. So, didn't want to do any spoilers. Also, yeah, this is a fun session, guys. I really enjoyed it. Glad you guys are here. Shout out to Tyler, Garrett, Hyder, Izzy, Salty Dangler, Cal, Cave Dog in the house, Arnold. Oh, is Arnold Seco? Is that Arnie? Is that our Arnie? Or is it a different Arnold? Roy, Jesse, welcome back. Muto, Leonard, Tony, thanks for modding today. Thanks for putting in the tips and putting in the links as well. See, I see. Who else who am I missing? Who am I missing? What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, I see Doug. What up, Doug? And Bo, thanks for jumping on, Bo. And again, good job, Tony and Bo and Oscar on your freediving journey so far. You guys are doing great. I'm proud of you guys. Woo! Let's see. Who else? Who else? Ooh, Todd was in here for a while. Welcome, Todd. Sorry I missed you. Shout out TB Metal Art in the house. Look at this. Awesome metal yellowtail. TB Metal Art. Check him out. tbmetalart.com. Let's see. Who else? I see Dario. Dan. We already shouted out Captain Dan. All right. Oh yeah, Kevin. TC Lures. Woo. All right. I think I got everybody. Tyler. Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Twitch.